It's time on Hobby Journeys we'll be concluding our review of Warhammer this year with September to December.
Hello.
Hi.
So this time on Hobby Journeys we're going to complete our review of the year in Warhammer for 2023. We got up to the end of August in the last edition, so this time we're going to be looking at September through to the end of the year. So shall we get into it, Matthew?
Yes.
In September, the big reveal first off was Tyranids. We had the Tyranid Codex because we'd obviously had the 10th edition launch that happened in June, with July being the separate launch boxes, and then August was a bit quieter, but then we had Codex Tyranids launched at the start of September with individual releases. So we had some new miniatures. So with the Norn Emissary, it's big lad, this big miniature. What do you think of it, Matthew?
I like it.
You like it?
Why do they all look like they've got brains?
Because they do have brains.
Oh, well, like, why does it show that
this
brains?
This is one of the leaders, and it's just so he's got a big brain. So
big brain.
Big brain, yeah. So he's got a big brain.
So it shows.
Yeah, so it shows. I like this chap. I think he's a good miniature. There's also the Norm Assimilator. I quite like this one, but I think with the pose with him, he just looks like he's having a bit of a chat with someone. He's like, well, as I was saying,
like I was saying,
as I was saying at the garden party, that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm not quite so keen on that build. I think that it's the same kit.
I don't like that guy's teeth either. He's like this.
Yeah, well, it looks like he's chatting. Just having a bit of a chat.
Yeah, and his teeth like this.
So yeah, so I do like this kit. I might well pick it up at some stage when I've got through all of the Tyranids out of Leviathan, at some point in the future.
Yes, that was an amazing tea party.
Yeah. So we had this Death Leaper as well. I like this mini. I think he looks pretty horrible.
Isn't he just a Von Leaper?
So you've got the Von Ryan Leapers, then you've got Lictors, which are these guys who are a bit bigger than that, and then you have this Death Leaper who's even bigger still. So it's just a sort of scale up. I like this model. I think it's a really good model.
It's alright.
A bit similar to the Von Ryan Leaper, I guess.
I prefer that
the
one.
Lictors as well. You like the Lictor? What is it you prefer about the Lictor? Just the posing of it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I really like the Lictors. I might well get a box of these very soon, because So I'm looking at the Von Ryan Leapers. I might paint them next up, because I am painting my Tyranids up at the moment. I'm working on Termagants at the moment. But once I'm through with those, I might do the Von Ryan Leapers. If I really get on with them, I might get some Lictors.
And then, you still got to do your thingies.
Terminators,
yeah.
Well, But I'm quite enjoying painting Tyranids, though. I'm quite into the Tyranids. I'm quite enjoying them.
Well, why don't you get yourself some of whatever you wanted?
The Lictors.
Yeah. And then you paint them, like a normal person would.
Yeah.
Unlike you don't do it. And then you paint them. Then you think about
what you mean.
Some.
What you mean? Paint the things I've already got before I buy some more?
Exactly.
It's not the Warhammer way, Matthew. Come on, this isn't how you do the hobby. What you do is just buy everything and then leave it on sprues forever.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you do. You've wasted at least £300 you've never used.
Oh, and the rest. 300. I wish it was only 300. So we've got this new Relictor as well. This was a new release. Not for me. I don't know.
I don't like it either.
No, I don't know why not. It just looks a little bit silly.
He's like this.
To be fair, they all look silly, but I just don't think he looks that fearsome.
If I saw this in battle, I would probably laugh and say...
To be fair, they're all a bit like that, but,
this one's like this.
New Gene Stealers,
they're alright.
I sort of wish they'd done a bit more with them.
They kind of look like they're trying to give you a bit of an or they're trying to scare you.
What they look like is exactly the same as every previous Gene Stealer release ever. And it's fine.
No, they also
I wish they'd done something new with them.
They also look like a ghost. They're going like this.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so there's that. We have these individual kits of termagants. I like the termagants, and I really like these because they've got some different weapons. But I have lots of termagants already, so it'll be a little while before I'll go anywhere near this kit, I think. But I like the. It's good. I like the termagants. I like these.
There's some mini
Fine.
termagants.
These are a Ripper Swarm. They follow them along and sort of
Kind of like swarmy.
little babies.
Like neck ones have.
Oh, look how cute they are, little baby.
Oh, little jelly bees.
Little baby ones. Oh, they're so cute.
They're like scarabs.
Yeah.
Little scarabs.
They've got these Hormagants. I really like these Hormagants. I think these are
Yeah,
great.
I like them
They're
too.
termagants, but they're leapy and clawy. I'm into that. Yeah. So I think probably before I got the termagants, which I already have out of Leviathan as push fits, which aren't you can't put the different weapons on. I'd probably get these guys.
Yeah,
who I do.
Hormagants are cool.
Yeah, I like them. Then there's Biovore.
He's like Then you just kind of shoot up him.
No one at home could see what you were doing there.
Oh, poo.
You were doing the impression of the Biovore. It was fairly accurate. I quite like this. I don't know. I remember the original Biovore from back in the day.
Like a pea shooter.
I don't know. It's all right. It is all right. This model. It is all right. But anyway, so that was the Tyranids new releases. We had that. So towards the end of September, we also had
Eggs.
Codex Space Marines. So again with individual releases. So this came with, we had the
Alright.
hero kit.
Alright.
Quite like this.
I like the.
If you like Space Marines, you're gonna like it.
Yeah.
It is a solid Space Marine kit.
I like everyone, but if they all had helmet, you probably could put a helmet on him, couldn't you?
Yeah.
But I just don't really understand the meaning for the banner.
It's just a thing. It's like
I think that you would only use that at the end of a battle and it wouldn't do any fighting.
I think they're meant to look a bit like the Romans infantry.
True, the Roman did
and they,
do that.
And they always had banners. So
Like they
that's
would be in battle, they'd be like this, holding it. Then once the battle starts, they just plop it down.
It was also a thing that you had in like the Napoleonic Wars. They
Yeah.
they had their standards and so on. So it's a fairly common thing. So there's Captain with a jump pack as
It's
well.
alright.
I like this model. I think this is really good. I'm a big fan of that. I could well get that. Probably have to get some Assault Marines to go along with it. It'd be rude not to. But yeah, I like that. So we also have the Chaplain and Terminator armour. You could build him with a Storm Shield or a Storm Bolter.
I
one
would
of
have the
two.
Storm Shield.
I quite like it. I think the sort of I can't remember what you call that, crux something or other.
Yeah.
But that with the shield, I think is a
yeah.
good look. It's all right. I'm not a huge fan, to be honest.
I would put the helmet on it, paint the thing, that shoulder pad black,
Yeah.
put the shield on it,
Yeah.
and maybe give him like a sort of
Well, the
proper
idea
sword.
is the chaplains will always wear black armour, but the company that
Yeah,
or the
I know,
chapter
I know,
they're
yeah.
in is the colour of the
But I
chaplains.
think-
Ultramarines.
I think it would look cool if he had a black thing as well.
Oh, right, okay.
And then he had the shield,
Yeah.
and instead of that thing,
Yeah.
he had like a sword
Yeah.
that had like, the
I mean, I'm sure you could always give him a sword
that
or something if you
looked
wanted
like
to.
had the skull, and then it
Yeah.
had that pointy thing out.
Yeah. I think I'd be fine. We also have the jump pack intercessors.
Alright.
I like these.
But you've got so many of them.
Yeah, well, I have a lot of Space Marines to build still, but these are.
But you've got loads of them.
So I have a lot of Space Marines still to paint. I have a stupid amount of Space Marines I have not painted. But on the other side of the coin, these guys are cool, so I want them.
But you have around 500 of them you've never painted.
It's not 500, but it is a lot. It is a lot. I have hundreds of Space Marines which are unpainted currently. Actually, no, most of them are painted, just half painted. I get halfway through and get distracted by something else. I'm terrible for it.
There's an example.
Yeah,
Right there.
I think at some point we're going to do a video of all my half-painted miniatures and go
Yeah,
through
it
all
would
of them.
probably fill up this, all this.
So then we had the individual. This is the multi-part kit for Terminators. Because of that, you get different options. So these are because it's the multi-part kit. You got different weapons. So we've got the heavy flamer here rather than the assault cannon.
I would rather just have them have a bolter, really.
You think just a bolter?
Yeah.
Well, which is fine.
Maybe like a heavy bolter or something.
Well, normally what you have is a squad of them with storm bolters. So these storm bolters,
I
and
like
then
storm bolters.
you don't like storm bolters. A storm bolter is just two bolters stuck together.
Exactly. But I don't like that big thing on the bottom of them.
That's the ammo.
Yeah, I know.
You need
It
to put
looks
it somewhere.
really funny.
Well, I like them because I like everything about the old Terminators, so I like everything about the new ones. So here we are.
I like the actual miniature, I just don't like the weapons.
Yeah. Well, I think at some point in the future we're going to be seeing some assault Terminators, so they'll have things like, what do you call it? You can have big hammers, claws, all sorts of things going on in future. I think we'll see them this year, I would imagine. I'd be very surprised if we didn't, to be honest. So they'll be coming.
This year? What time is it currently? What day is it?
Well, I mean 2024. By the time the video's out, it's going to be this year.
Good boy.
We're filming this on New Year's
Good
Eve.
explain.
So we also had the multi-part kit for the Sternguard veterans. Lots of different. They have these combi bolters, which is basically
I like them.
It's a bolter with a different gun. So this is like a melter gun and bolter.
Yeah.
This one is.
I think it's just a normal
I think
bolter.
that's a normal bolter, isn't it? But this one's like a
I like them.
flamer bolter. They're all meant to be combi weapons. The idea is they're like two weapons in one, and you'd have a lot of choice in this kit because
I like them.
yeah, the kit that came with Leviathan push fit, you only get one choice for
Only
building
thing
each
I
one.
would do with this, you know what I'm going to say. Helmet.
Putting helms. Well, because it's a multi-part kit, they will have the options.
And
you will have the
also,
choice.
I think you don't have to put that on, do you?
The back banner, no, you don't have to put it on, but
Yeah, I wouldn't put it on.
I like that because it harkens back to the old kits, which were like before Primaris, they always had these back banners on. So it's basically just going for that nostalgia. Then we have we have a lot of Space Marine Lieutenant kits.
It's alright.
A lot of Lieutenant kits.
I don't understand why we said Lieutenant.
Yeah, but
there's not even an F in it.
It comes from French or something. Comes from French. It's because in English we call it lieutenant, but the spelling of it is the French spelling. So
I think
so there's that.
I think we should call it Lieutenant. It just sounds better.
But it's American. So what this is a multi-part kit. This is the first. All the existing lieutenant kits, and there's been a lot of them, have come as sort of like one pose miniatures. So they all have one particular pose, and that is it. This is the first release for the Space Marine Lieutenant, which is built in lots of different poses. So lots of options. You have different guns, different swords. You've got all those options there. And that's the first time they've done that. So it's the first time we've seen that. We also got the individual release of the Brutalis Dreadnought, which was in the kit previous year. I'm guessing what we're going to be seeing in a second is the Desolation Squad. Yeah, we talked about this from earlier in the year when it was in the box set. Fine, whatever. And then there was a combat patrol. So we saw all of that. That was a lot of releases of September. So we had all those. Yeah. We had the Space Marines and we had the Tyranids getting their multi-part releases. We also had another Dawnbringer book for AOS. There were a few characters came along with that. As well as that, we had a few boxes. This guy was new. This big troll fella. He was a new release. I like this. Flying Squigs.
Things.
Yeah, he's good.
Flying Squigs.
I'd buy him. If he's 25 quid, I'm not paying 25 quid for him, but I'd pay.
That's worth the 25 quid.
I'll pay 15 quid for him. I like him with the bat flying Squigs.
How does
and the big jaw thing
work? That one's not even connected to anything. How's it work?
I think the way it's working, I think that wing connects to the other wing.
Oh.
I think they've just done it quite cleverly with putting them on there. But the key thing is we had a bit of a mini range refresh for
my god!
For the Iron
Look
Jaws.
at the squig.
Yeah. So this guy is an ironmonger. So he's got an anvil squig. So he's got like this thing on top, and he's hammering on him to make swords and stuff for his boys. So the Iron
Does that
Jaws.
not hurt the squig?
I don't think squigs care. to be honest.
The squiggle like, me big strong swig, me take big hard stone metal hammer to the head.
Yeah, so these are the basically Iron Jaws, who are big hard orcs wearing armour. I like them. They are good.
Oh my god.
This guy,
Big ogre!
he's an Iron Jaw riding on a pig. Giant pig.
That's what a big ogre is!
No, an ogre's not.
I mean a big... You know what I mean?
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, so I love this model. Big Morg Grunter. He's a Morg Grunter. That's what he is. Tuskbox Skull and Morg Grunter. Great model. Great model.
I can't decide where his eyes are. Go up.
Yeah.
Can't decide if his eyes are in there or if those are his eyes.
I could get quite into Iron Jaws, I think. If it wasn't for the fact there just isn't that much range, in the range, there's not that much variety. But I could do a bit of a combined Uruk War Clan sort of thing. So a mix of Iron Jaws, Savage Orcs. You know, I could probably do that. I could, because I do think they're lovely models. I do love the look of these Iron Jaws. So you got the hard boy, big boss. He's the boss boy. I love the sort of yellow armour on them. I think it looks great. It does look good. And then some hard boys. These are the boys.
I think these are the only orcs that actually wear armour.
Yeah, well, a lot of them don't, do they? But these guys do, and I just love the fact it's just sort of strapped onto them, like just plates strapped onto them.
They're not even wearing them; they're just stuck around them, using super glue, gorilla glue.
Yeah. So, what do you think of these guys? You like?
Ta-da!
Yeah, I could really get into them. Oh, and some more. So we had these weird boys, wreckers, just swinging big ball on chain things going on. Yeah, so there was that. So that was the Iron Jaws refresh. We saw that in September, and then last up for September we had Warhammer TV. So we've not talked a lot about Warhammer TV because I don't think there wasn't a lot of animation releases.
Nexus,
we did. Prior Nexus was first came on in September. We need to finish watching it. We really enjoyed the first 2 episodes, didn't we, of Prior Nexus? They were cool, weren't they?
But why haven't they uploaded more than 3?
It was just a 3-episode series. I think that's quite common that they do that. It's just enough. I think they can do some... I think they were going to do like a prequel to it or something. Something like that, anyway.
Prior Nexus, the sequel.
We'll watch the final episode at some point, anyway. But yeah, there we go. So there was that. Then in October.
To be honest, I'm not going to get mad at you this time. September was actually very long.
It was quite long, wasn't it? We've just done quite a significant amount of filming. But October is a little bit lighter on new releases. So what we saw here was
Age of Sigmar.
We had the Age of Sigmar, Cities of Sigmar. This time was getting the army book, and we had along with that the individual kits, which I think were a lot more exciting than what's in the box. So what we saw with this was we had this big fellow, it's an eagle and a lion. And a lion, Matthew! What's going on there?
That's what Jellybean thinks she is.
Yeah.
That's what Jellybean thinks she is, isn't it?
So Talia Vedra, Lioness of the Park. So yeah, it's a big character. I actually prefer... there's another general, this guy on the horse. I prefer him.
Yeah, I do.
I just think it's a bit of a simple model.
At least he's got a bit less armour. I like that.
Yeah, well, I just think it's a bit simpler, but I like that. As well as you got this guy. So, Matriarch of the Great Wheel. I'm not sure what that means. Not read the army book or anything. I haven't got any of this yet. I'm gonna get a Cities of Sigmar army at some stage. Some point, I am gonna do that. I like this. I like that model. What do you like this one, Matthew? You like the Freakill Cavalier Marshal?
Yes.
Head in the box.
Just a head in the box.
Just head in the box.
Just head in the box.
Yeah, we've already seen that. Command Corps, so the command guys.
Doggy!
Dragon Doggo.
Dragon Doggy! That's what Jellybean thinks she is.
So this is the command squad. Alchemite Warforger. That was the thing.
Don't like her.
Here we go. This is what we're talking about.
It's you!
He's a big ogre with a guy on his back in a tower with a gun.
It's you with me on top.
I love this guy. I think he's brilliant.
It's you with me on top.
Yeah. I am going to buy this at some point. I like this a lot. I like him. Freakill Cavaliers. I quite like this. I would prefer Lances. I do prefer my knights to have lances, but I can see why they haven't, because we're going to be getting Bretonians soon. We're going to be seeing the Empire in Warhammer Fantasy Battle when that comes back. Warhammer the Old World, yes, some rebranded and that. But yeah, so I think they're just trying to differentiate by giving these guys more sort of, so hammers and so on. But that's fine. I like these as well. The War Guild Fusiliers. So these are your infantry. But these guys have got like these big shield things with the guns pointing through, so you can make like a phalanx of them.
Like the Romans did.
Yeah. So
Turtle.
So you'd build a big shield wall out of them with the guns poking through.
Shield wall.
I really like that. I really like that. Got some normal infantry. Fine. I like this as well. Big.
You
like,
could
got
make
that
a
wall.
proper shield wall with that.
Yeah, so you can put this in the middle.
You get that in the middle and then get all
those other guys that are, I like it.
Imagine seeing that in battle.
I think probably what I would buy out of these, I'd buy the Great Cannon, because I like that.
And
I'd get some of these Fusiliers. I'd get the Ogre.
Put him in the front lines.
And then I'd probably, just for my commander, I'd have this guy.
Now imagine, he's in the front of the
Marshal.
battle with the Orc, and he says to the Orc, "Make a shield wall!"
I've no idea if, as an army, that works at all. But I think aesthetically it'd be very pleasing. Maybe you need, because they're going to be a bit static with that Great Cannon and so on. But what I'd probably then do is maybe get some of the Cavaliers, Free Guild Cavaliers, get some of them. And so they'd be a bit more mobile, so they would go along with them to be a bit more mobile.
While they're all shooting at them, they're running round them.
Flank round the side or something like that. Yeah. So I think.
And then the Ogre just stands in front of everyone. They're like.
Yeah.
Bellicle.
So that was the army box. So then we had into November. So this is the run up to Christmas, which is a big time for Games Workshop, obviously, because they're going to sell a lot of stuff for Christmas. So we had Dared Gobbo, so he was out, and he was coming along with a load of army boxes. So we had all these army boxes released for Christmas, existing models, but just batched up.
Where is the Grot Musket?
We won't go into a lot of detail because these are being
Oh my god, go back up.
What's that?
Shark!
I love that. I think out of all of the, just harkening back to, we did a whole video on these boxes when they were released. Yeah. They're all going to be sold out now, but this Beast Snagger one is lovely. I love this box. I think it is great. I wish I bought it. I couldn't afford it. So
Sharky boy.
Anyway, so that was what was going on in November, pretty much.
That was it.
A lot of the releases. Well, we had a few other bits and pieces, but that was the big one, 40k at least. We also had Codex Necrons was released. Along with that, not a big range release or anything, but we did get Imitek the Stormlord.
Yeah.
Great model that is. I love that model. I like him a lot. We talked about him a few weeks back. But yeah, he's a good model. I might well buy him when we go to Warhammer World next week. I'll be getting something, and he will probably be it. As well as Codex Necrons, we had the box for Legions Imperialis released. So I think this is solid. I have bought this. I am going to be picking it up at Warhammer World. It is already purchased and waiting for me. So obviously with the rule book, then we get these Scots. They are just that much more detailed than the old Epic ones. Like I used to do Epic back in the day. Each soldier would be half the size of these ones, but these are so detailed. There's so much detail.
For how small they are,
they're very little. Well, I think these are going to look good with painted with contrast paint. So I'm going to do.
You know what would be cool?
What's that?
Combining 40k with this. So what you do is you get all your normal men like them.
Yeah.
And then you get your commanders, like the, for example, the Imitek the Stormlord. Him in normal size, and you've got
PP's so huge.
Exactly.
Well,
because he's important.
Well, yeah. The idea is with these, you've also got the Titans. So the Titans are like your big models. So you've got obviously your tanks and so on.
But
we'll come back to them in a second.
But,
where's the Warhounds? Comes with some mods. They did release a lot of these kits they've released with it. So skipping ahead, because I will go back to the tanks and so on in a second. But a lot of this stuff has been out previously. So a lot of these Titans. So these come from Titan Legions, which was released about 7 or 8 years ago, I think. So going back a little while. So basically, they've combined that game system with a load of new infantry and tanks to make a new system, which is really good. I think it's a good idea.
Also, how much would a normal Titan cost?
So it depends which one you're going for.
Like the biggest one you can get.
The biggest ones are £90. So these Warlord Titans are 90. I'm probably going to pick up a couple of Reaver Titans.
Only £90?
Well, yeah, but they're about the size of the Knights that we saw when we went to.
No, not these ones. I mean, like real ones.
Oh, the big ones for 40k.
Yeah.
Oh, they're about £2,000. They're a lot, a hell of a lot. Yeah. But anyway, so in this box, so we don't have some bits. So you got these Warhound Titans.
Is there a Titan taller than an average human?
No, I think the biggest one's like the size of you.
So 4'11".
I don't think he's even that actually. I think he's about
5'4".
He's about 2 foot tall. The Warlord Titan, which you can get, is about 2 foot tall. So there's that.
Oh, that's disappointing for £2.
But yeah, I really like these. You've got the Dreadnoughts. I think they look cool. You've got the tanks. So you've got Rhinos. These were separate kits. These aren't in the box. This is what's in the box. We had the box released, but also you had a load of Rhinos you could get released. Kratos heavy tanks. They're out as well. I quite like them. They're all right. It's all Horus Heresy based, so all the miniatures are.
I mean, it does say Horus Heresy on the box, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. Thunderhawk gunship. And then you're into the Solar Auxilia. That's the other faction. Basically Imperial Guard. It's either Imperial Guard at the time. Bane Blades, like a Bane Blades. But yeah, I think it's a really good box. I'm really excited for that. I don't know how the game plays, but one of the things I quite like is that you put down counters for your orders. So at the start of the turn, you put down a counter that tells you for each unit what it's going to do. So you might say advance or shoot, or whatever you want that unit to do, and then you reveal them at the start of, like when you actually go into like the turn. So you don't show the other person what you're putting down, you just sort of put them down. I think that was a really good idea. I think that works really well. Anyway, there we go. So that's Legions Imperialis. We are excited for that. I am anyway. And then we had at the end of the month, at the end of November, we had the World Championships of Warhammer event, and out of that they made some announcements, including these Deathwing Terminators.
They're alright.
Oh, I think these look great. I'm really looking forward to these. These are not released yet. These are going to be out in the new year, I think. We had some Christmas Day reveals that were some more stuff, but I'm looking forward to these. They look great.
They're alright.
Yeah, I think they look pretty good. Then going into
December.
Okay,
I've had enough of that now.
Yeah. Well, good. It's the last one of the year, so there we go. So it was quite light on release in December because run up to Christmas, they did. It's too late to be putting out new stuff that people are then going to buy. There were a few bits and bats. Mostly different, probably the Mark 6 Assault Squad for Horus Heresy.
It's good.
It's
you could probably also use it in a normal battle as well.
Yeah, I think a key point is you could use it for 40k as well.
The only thing I would do to it is I want a normal backpack on it.
You want a normal backpack? Well, yeah. Fair enough. This is basically the Horus Heresy style backpacks. Yeah, absolutely fine. So we had that. We also had the Grotmus Gates.
The Grotmus Gates.
You got this for Christmas, didn't you?
I got this for Christmas.
I bought you this for Christmas. Yeah, I bought you this for Christmas, didn't I? Yeah. You liking that? Grotmus Gates, we like. And then finally up for December releases, we had Kill Team box, which includes Striking Scorpions.
But you actually said you didn't really like them.
No, well, okay, so my thing is, I loved the Striking Scorpions when they were released back in the 90s. And you look at the models before these, so the ones as of now, they're basically the same. And you look at these, and they haven't really done anything very exciting with them. I just think they could have done more with them. But they are fine. They're absolutely fine. Space Marine Scouts as well in the box. Again, they're Space Marine Scouts, Primarisified. Not a lot different.
Actually, this might be a hint to maybe in the future that we might get some Eldar enemies.
You know what I might like? Well, they did do they did a range refresh, but we only got half of the Aspect Warriors redone. So we only got So we only got some of them. So we got what? Swooping Hawks. We got Howling Banshees. We had quite a while back, so about 4 or 5 years ago. I can't remember. Oh, we had the Bright Lances or something, whatever the jet bike ones are. But then the glaring omissions were the Striking Scorpions, which we didn't get. We also didn't get the Fire Dragons.
The two you like the most.
Yeah, my two favourites. I do like the Howling Banshees, and the re-release of those were great models. I'm looking forward to the Fire Dragons. Again, we might see those as a Kill Team box at some point in the future. We shall see anyway. But that was that. Quite quiet towards the end of the year because, as I say, it's we're coming up towards Christmas now. It was too late for them to release stuff that people were going to buy for presents, so it just bits and bats released really. So that was December. So that was our review of 2023. So out of all the things during 2023 that were released, what is your absolute favourite, Matthew?
What was my favourite?
Out of all the things we've seen today,
I think maybe Leviathan just on its own.
just the Leviathan, but well, it was the big thing of the year, wasn't it? What was your favourite model out of that? Let's try and pin down one model that's your favourite for the year.
You know what? Screamer Killer.
You go for the Scream Killer. I wouldn't argue with you. I would go with the same myself, probably. Maybe Angron. Angron's a great model. I like Lionel Johnson as well.
Yeah.
But, I think the Screamer Killer is a fantastic model. I think the thing I was excited for most in the year is probably the Legions Imperialis. I think that's great.
Right, it's active.
Yeah, I think, it's the thing I'm really looking forward to playing that. That's going to be fantastic when we get that. So that's good. Anyway, that was the year in Warhammer. I mean, I hope you enjoyed that. It's going to be a long video, and even with 3 parts. I mean, we did film it back to back. We've just nailed the whole lot.
I think they might have guessed that.
I just didn't think anyone's going to sit through a 2-hour video or whatever it ends up.
I think they might have guessed that.
No, well, to be fair, Matthew, you're on holiday. You don't have to change your clothes.
Fair point.
Well, there we go. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed that, and we'll see you in 2024.
Maybe. I don't know.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.
Yeah, just listen to him. I'm just glad having that.